like, especially in a series like this where it has been a very good series, and here we are on the third and final game where all of a sudden a big delay comes up. Kind of takes away from the overall momentum of everything. But okay, it looks like, there we go. We have actually loaded into the drafting phase, and we're going to be good to go for what is game number 3, at least for the drafting portion. Hopefully not too much longer after that. So let's jump in. Game number 3, Complexity, taking on myRevenge. All right, as I said, I was not lying. We are actually at the drafting stage here, waiting for B-Kid to finish up, decide on who he wants to blind ban, and then moving on to into the picking stage. You can expect Keeper of the Forest and shocker, Keeper of the Forest and a Warbeast actually banned by B-Kid. So, yeah, Warbeast, he did very well last game. Wild Soul and Keeper of the Forest going to be coming up from myRevenge though. Double Keeper ban again, just like game 1, I believe.
Yep, again, Storyfighter still on that Legion side, bans out Keeper. Just doesn't want to deal with that hero one bit. So maybe they just don't have a strong Keeper player, and they know that that hero is ridiculously strong in this meta game.
Yeah.
So not going to have that to work with. Of course, B-Kid, he did not ban out Parasite nor Fade, and that's what he banned out in that first position this time. First lock actually is going to be Pharaoh from Storyfighter.
Oh, knocking up the solid Pharaoh option here. Pharaoh, of course, again, speaking of his word solid, just a solid hero, man. He's not the most standout suicidal hero by any means, but definitely a solid choice. So, Tempest, Ophelia going to be the response, though, from B-Kid. So, again, here we go. 2 very strong jungle options there. So even Suicide option and Tempest. So, now it's back over to Storyfighter. In the first game, they responded to this with support. They went, I think, Glacius Master of Arms, if I remember correctly. So, I would, tend to believe that maybe that's not going to be the same case this time around, especially, with the Master of Arms not necessarily having the biggest impact, especially compared to the Parasite pick that they could have had, going back to that first game. But we'll see what Storyfighter decides to lock up back on his side here to keep some trends going.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, and if you think back to game 1, and this is kind of like a similar situation, obviously Complexity on Hellborn, kind of similar locks coming out with Ophelia and Tempest. And they played out Zephyr. And I'm pretty sure if Zephyr doesn't get locked, it will get banned by Storyfighter in the regular banning phase. So just one thing to think about.
Well, also another thing to think about, especially when you have an Ophelia on the board, is the likelihood of seeing something like a Glacius being locked up as well. Not going to be locked up at least just yet, though. Torture, Forsaken Archer. Actually going to be the locks here for myRevenge. So I guess Torture, well, honestly, both of those, a little bit different in a locking stage, I should say, when it comes down to it. But Storyfighter decides on those 2.
I've always liked Torture in the lock pool, actually.
Yeah.
Because I think Torture is so versatile. It can be ran as a solo short, can be ran as a dual lane mid, can be ran as a support. So for those reasons, I actually think the Torture is a pretty good hero in the lock pool. Forsaken Archer, that is a kind of strange and a little bit of an oddball one there, but yeah, nonetheless, that's what they feel comfortable with, so that's what they're going to go with. And there's the Wretched Hag, actually, from Complexity. So they picked it up last time in the regular picking phase. This time they save it for the lock pool.
Yeah. Now, this could get interesting because, so if you're myRevenge here, obviously there's several heroes that could be ideal in that lock pool stage, but Ophelia, I think it has to be the big one that's kind of standing out. So now the banning phase, you do ban heroes like Parasite, like Glacius. They're going to ban Fade with their first ban. Nothing wrong with that. Demented Shaman, the quick follow from B-Kid. There's the Parasite ban. Now, again, back over to B-Kid. I doubt he would be the one to ban Glacius, if anyone, because obviously they want that option available if it comes down to it. But
yeah, definitely. And, well, I mean, there's still, as far as suicides, you have Wretched Hag and Pharaoh in that pool. So assuming that you get an Ophelia picked up from myRevenge, you can go Tempest plus Pharaoh if you want to, or Tempest. Actually, that's quite good, actually, now that I think about it. Zephyr banned out by Storyfighter, as expected. Engineer banned out from B-Kid. I like that ban, actually, a lot, because that's a comfort support hero for myRevenge. They've picked it up 2 games in a row now, had good success with it, and it's just an overall very strong support hero like we talk about all the time.
Yeah.
Last ban coming out for B-Kid. What's it going to be? I mean, there's lots of good things there. I was actually eyeing the Tundra as well, but think about other, right here, I would pick Glacius, personally.
I was going to say that, and so I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a Glacius, but no, it's actually going to be Pebbles, and again, Pebbles not a bad first pick by any means.
Right.
So they do get the Pebbles option in the end, and yeah, you can never be too disappointed with that. So good start here for my Revenge. But now if you're Complexity, going something like the Glacius, and oh no, actually going to go a Luna route this time. And we'll see whoever else on top of that. But no, not going to go the Glacius route. Not too worried about that Ophelia being first picked, perhaps.
I think this is. Oh, they could go Luna. I think Mag. I mean, I think people forgot about this lane of Luna Mag, and they do so much like Magnus Engineer. They go Silhouette actually yet again, so they're going to have Haxram probably playing that Silhouette in the short lane. But yeah, Aluna. I feel like maybe they think that Pebbles Aluna is a bit stronger than Glacius Pebbles, but I don't think so. I think Glacius Pebbles is actually stronger for the reason that you can initiate from a long range away, and that Glacius does more damage than Aluna because she's casting more spells. And you know, you have the long range initiation with the Glacial Blast, like I talk about all the time, and just sets up and synergizes so well with Pebbles. I think better than Aluna. So if their thought is to just get take it away from the Pebbles Aluna combination, I don't think that was very smart.
Yeah,
especially with Ophelia on the board.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see something like a Glacius support here, and then, well, obviously plenty of options. They could go the carrier route, the Dark Lady route this here as well. So something like Glacius Dark Lady could be pretty solid here. You also mentioned the Magma being still on the board, especially with B-Kid and Complexity. A little bit surprising there, but
they could even go like, yeah, like I like what you were saying, Glacius plus a carry, like maybe even Glacius Moon Queen. People have been running Moon Queen a lot. That would work out here because you can safely assume you're going to get that Ophelia that can help you out in mid, can help you out in the short lane, and just if not, otherwise just farm a lot. But they're going to go with the Nymph and Polywog. Okay, so obviously the Nymph Pebbles combination, ridiculously strong, having that global presence. Mirax is picked up from Complexity. I like that pickup actually a lot. But like I say all the time, Nymph Pebbles, you think, oh wow, this is a great combination. But in the laning phase, it's actually not that strong. And with the Polywog pickup as well, they have a lot of push. I'll give them that right now with Polywog between Ophelia. But I'm curious as to where they're going to lane Nymph Pebbles. Probably short lane and a solo Polywog mid. They could actually go aggressive with Ophelia. So Nymph Pebbles, Ophelia top lane, Polywog mid, and then maybe something like a Torturer as a solo short.
Huh. Yeah, well, so you pretty much said it right there, especially with the Nymph support. Pharaoh is going to be so it is going to be Pharaoh Tempest. I know you said that earlier as the potential coming out for Complexity, and sure enough, that's what they get. So that's actually pretty strong there. Chessie on the Tempest in the jungle. You got Pharaoh, of course, Suicide. You have your Silhouette short, and then Moraxis Aluna middle, most likely. And then there's the Torturer final pick coming out from my Revenge at the same time. So, yeah, possible pseudo trial lane could be ran here for my Revenge, and so now that we see both lineups coming out, I mean, do you think my Revenge would be best off running the pseudo tri lane?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. And I think having Pebbles, Nymphora, Ophelia up in that long lane, Torturer solo bottom, Polywog mid will be very effective. If they're going to go Pharaoh solo bottom on Moonmanor, which they probably are, Torturer would crush that. Not really crush it, but definitely win that lane. Miraxis Luna mid. That will win, actually, against Polywog, so that'll be the bad lane for my Revenge. But having that tri-lane up against a passive jungler in Tempest, and actually Tempest bought a full Ring of the Teacher, so we might see, actually...
Ooh, Kongor?
Yeah, we might see Kongor, actually.
2 health potions. Yeah, we're going to see Kongor, no doubt.
This pause doesn't help either, because it's going to give them more time to think about it.
Well, that, and, there is the whole... If it does happen in the last 6 minutes, then there's the whole, oh, we just happen to have the stream on. Oh, wait, yeah, they could do Congo.
Oh, they did do drafting, and the member exhibit was still, gone.
That's true, yeah, we were talking about that, so. It seems like, exhibit is here, though. I mean, he obviously was moving his hero. Well, no, he's still apparently lagging, so. Gonna go ahead and hopefully get this figured out very, very shortly, and then we'll resume back into game number 3, and yeah, so yeah, it is kind of tough. Like I agree with you. Having a pause. Granted, we have a pause at a majority of games. Let's be honest.
That is true.
So it's not like it's that unique.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But we'll give them a little bit more time to kind of look over the lineup and be like, you know what, they could possibly do Kongor. Whenever you have a Pharaoh, especially, there's always that chance. Let's be honest. Just the Hellfire is so powerful for being able to do level 1 Kongor. Okay, they are going to be ready here though, apparently. So. Unless Complexity had a quick change of heart, I don't think they could though. I mean, they're pretty committed to this now with the items especially. So, yeah, they're gonna go for the level 1 Kongor here. We'll see if my Revenge scouts it out. But just like the first 2 games, they are gonna group up as my Revenge and gonna go to place that ward aside. So, this could work out very well for Complexity.
It could. Yeah, they're all 5 marching up there, and with the great team they have actually with between Pharaoh and the Ring of the Teacher on the Tempest, that they could easily get this. So unless they get spotted, they have an aggressive ward placed out by Franzi to show, well, I guess I can't really say aggressive, more defensive, but to show any kind of resistance.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're in a good spot right now to take this Kongor.
See, I love this as well.
They're typing.
Yeah, they're talking like, oh, nothing's going on. Don't worry about us. You know, we're just having a friendly conversation here as if nothing's happening. And then all of a sudden, Kongor has been slain. And it's like, wait, what? So yeah, this is, of course, easily be known. Like I said, I mean, Hellfire is going to be up in another 3 seconds. Health potion used by pharaoh. There's the Hellfire. And they're going to kill Kongor even before the Horn. Usually it seems like it happens just right after the Horn or whatever. And also, kind of curious as well, are they going to try to spread out experience, or is it all just everyone hits level 2?
Probably everybody.
And then gets the token alive. So, yeah, they're going to get it pretty much right around the Horn as soon as it blows. And it will be successful here in favor of Complexity. So, yeah, they're going to all get level 2. There's the token of life on Meraxis. And now they're going to spread out into the lane. So, well, we've talked about this before. A level 1 Kongor kill, in theory, should just put you in a very good spot to actually winning a game. Now, obviously, in practice, it doesn't always happen, but
of course, but
theory, definitely a good spot.
Look at this now, and I will say that was one of the most effective Kongors I've seen because, like you said, they killed it really fast, and they're already like ready in their lanes, like ready to go. Token of life up on Meraxis. Obviously, the token isn't really a big deal. It's more about the experience and gold that you get. And like starting out early, you have now level 2 Pharaoh against a level 1 Torture, and Pharaoh's probably going to hit level 3 before Torture as well. And being able to spam that Tormented Soul, which he probably will get in this lane, it's going to dwindle down Torture a considerable amount. And how much regen does he have? Actually, quite a lot, so that's good for him.
Yeah, 610 goes the health potion, so you should be able to withstand against that pretty effectively. But yeah, we'll see. We'll keep that in mind out throughout this whole game, of course, and see how that ultimately does affect the game here between these two. Pharaoh does hit level 3 first, as you talked about. So does Meraxis here in the middle lane. He's already level 3, so yeah, things all across the board. A very, very good start here for Complexity as a result of that, obviously. So now taking a closer look at how the lanes are setting up. Sure enough, myR they did end up setting the aggressive pseudo tri lane, so that is good to see there. You know, kind of talking about that, and we don't see it really too often, but myR deciding that would be the best option this game, and sounds like you were agreeing with that. So yeah, that is at least the good news here for myR. The solo Polywog mid and the solo Torture bot, and exactly how we expected. Ophelia, however, she is now roaming to her own jungle, looks like, but so is Tempest. So they're gonna. I think they both had the same idea that screw it, we're gonna go to the other jungle, and actually they're gonna both meet in the other jungle.
Yeah. Awkward.
Wait a second, I wanted to get away from you. Me too.
Maybe it's the thinking of Pebbles and Nymphoria up in this long lane don't really need that much help, and Catcher's doing a good job about keeping the lane positioning right where he needs it, to where it's very difficult for Ophelia, even if he gets a good creep, to come around and gank. So Ophelia just feels no need to be up there, especially if I don't know if it was a thought of Tempest is going to move, I'm going to move too. I think it was more the thought of I'm not really doing anything.
Oh, Bloodlust kill. Yes, this is going to come out in favor of myR. So Chessie transferring down to the bottom lane. You see also taking a little bit of tower damage there to make sure myR stays alive. Sets up the kill, and we could see a push now even as a result of this.
Yeah.
We're only 2.5 minutes into the game. This could be a very quick tower kill here.
Yeah, definitely. The port's coming in from Torturer. They might even dive him. I thought they were actually going to be aggressive right there. But myR's actually level 5, by the way. Oh, my God.
Jeez.
Yeah, this push is coming out. They still have the Ring of the Teacher. It actually wasn't activated that whole time, I don't think.
No, I don't think it was.
Yeah, that's not too good. It actually could have done a lot more damage to the defense tower. Maybe taken down to 1/4 HP. But nonetheless, Chessie doing a good job roaming here early on as the Tempest of all heroes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so obviously that transition definitely worked out much more in favor of Complexity. Now, sure, they're not going to push the tower in the end, but they're getting the Bloodlust kill, applying a lot of damage to the tower. And as he said, Pharaoh already level 5, so he's on his way to being level 6, getting that Wrath of the Pharaoh, and then being able to dive some more even, or set up a gank somewhere else, of course. In fact, he picks up a silent bottle here, does myR with everything going on. So he's going to start using some bottle charges, and yeah, they're going to definitely go for the tower kill here. Or actually, Aluna off to the side, double damage when activated, trying to go for a kill herself, but actually she runs into some trouble there as Torture came over to support, but she'll fall back. Everyone will be fine. This tower, it's going to fall. I mean, unless we see a deny here from Tempest, it should work out very well for Complexity. And yeah, Torture, excuse me, yeah, he's not even going to go for it. That's definitely the smarter choice here. So, yep, pre-4-minute tower kill on top of a level 1 Kongor. Things aren't looking too good for myR.
As they stated, grim.
Yeah.
Looking for, actually, no, those Franzi saying that. It's grim. Okay, interesting. But Franzi picks up the tower, actually, for that support Luna, who is level 3 now with boots early on, and a bottle. Well, actually, that's not her bottle. It's Speak Kids. He's going to go up to the top and actually use... Oh, is that actually Tempest in a little bit of trouble right there, but does have boots. He's quite fast. The Minotaur actually blocking Torture just a bit, but I don't think it's going to really matter that much, as Torture really didn't have that much mana to do anything else. Franzi has bottled up a haste rune, maybe looking to do something in the mid lane here with that. Polywog did hit level 5, but you have level 5 actually. Oh, he's still a level 5 on Meraxis here.
Yeah.
Some action up top, kind of going back and forth between Silhouette and this dual lane up here. Silhouette, how's he doing as far as CS? Oh, actually, some action. Oh, great Death Lotus snipe there by Haxorn. Well timed and well placed.
Yeah, it was, again, if this was a normal no level 1 Conqueror or anything like that, then obviously Silhouette would be in a much worse spot, but she had a 2-level advantage over the Nymph4 right there, some solid farm, and she took advantage of that to actually get the counter kill onto Nymph4, as we saw, obviously Luna coming in with a haste and definitely setting it up, but that's what happens. So all across the board, things are just looking fantastic for Complexity. This, I really, I don't want to say, I hate to say this, but because in the end, it just looks like this could very likely be on our way to just a very early victory here for Complexity if things just continue to go this route. And Exhibit gets ganked in the middle in the meantime, so the level 6 Pharaoh, he comes in, using that Wrath of the Pharaoh, getting the kill. They're not going to push the middle tower here. It's what do you do if you're my Revenge? I mean, that's got to be so frustrating because I don't think there's any obvious answer here on exactly what you can do.
Oh no, not Nymph4 is in a lot of trouble. There's just too many levels up on the Complexity side. Yeah. The wall coming out, and Nymph4 is just toast.
Jeez. Gets
annihilated right there. And in the meantime, mid tower is going to get pushed by the members, or 4 members of Complexity. And I agree with you. How do you huddle up and rally from this situation? It's really difficult.
It's like, okay, don't worry, guys. We still got our hard carry. Oh, wait, we don't. Never mind. We do not have a hard carry in our team. So yeah. Even if we somehow turtle this out, it just doesn't matter. I mean, this is an early game. This is really a mid-game team here on my Revenge. So they're the ones that needed the great start, if anything. And it's obviously completely opposite here. So we're not only 6 minutes in. Of course, I mean, the stats speak for itself. 7,500 gold lead, 4,000 experience lead. Only 6.5 minutes in.
Wow.
We do have Stalagmites here on a Silhouette, and actually Silhouette might be in a little bit of trouble. She's going to be comboed and everything, but she still has half life. I mean, she just tanks that damage with Steam Boots and Mystic Vestment, and then she goes back to farming as if nothing happened. So, yeah, there's so many examples that, we can keep going back to. It's like, oh, well, this shows it, but it's pretty obvious, just everyone tuning in. I think it's safe to say, Complexity, they're obviously frustrated from last game, I'm sure. Didn't go the greatest the way that they wanted it to. Well, here in game number 3, they made a strong statement right off the bat, and they're on their way to a very quick victory here, unless some miracle, honestly, for my Revenge.
Yeah, it's just too difficult. The Token of Life was expired on Meraxis, but like I mentioned, it's not really that big of a deal. He might get gone on here. He suspects something's up as Polywog was sitting there in the woods trying to get a gank, but just wasn't successful. Beakid with his senses there. Actually, some action in the top lane. Moonman reports in. Haxorn gets a kill actually on Nafuzi, and now he falls shortly after with double trap coming out for Haxorn. Yeah, this is just stumbling out of control only 7 minutes in.
Are you allowed to concede before 15 minutes? Is that even possible? Oh, man. It's... obviously, again, they should definitely just play it out, and what happens, happens, but it's... You gave it the level 1 Conqueror, the early Bloodlust, talk about a snowball effect. It's just a perfect example of right here by Complexity of what can happen. I mean, again, my Revenge in this series especially, and a team lately, they've been showing that they can compete with the best of the best, and they really can. But sometimes even, hell, we've seen Complexity in the losing in games like this, where it gets out of hand, and no matter the matchup at hand, still one team just can be just so dominant over the other because of the circumstances. And this is just a case right here where Complexity, I don't think this shows that they're absolutely this much better than my Revenge, but it's just obviously what happens in a game, and it can definitely take off. You see Moomianer again. He's just going in right here, almost toying with it, running in with Ghost Marchers activated. Hellfire activated on top of that. Power Throw going to be dodged, but the Quake's done away. Polywog Priest going to start dropping. He'll come in after Nymphora, but Polywog Priest will still easily die. And it just seems like Complexity can just go anywhere on the map right now and just get a kill.
Yep. Portal Key will be up on Meraxis and just another 600 gold.
Portal Key on Tempest, too. Oh, wow. He actually sold it. Never mind.
Huh.
It's 2,500 gold. Okay, he actually goes Ring of Sorcery. That's why.
Wants a little bit more team fight presence and whatnot, so before he gets that Portal Key. Another Wrath of the Pharaoh coming up top as I hear it. And actually a good job by Pebbles there. He might still be in a little world of hurt. There's the tree grapple from Haxorn to give him a little more extra speed. He gets one more auto attack. Oh my god, that was so damn close. Nice attempt there.
4 minutes soul. It's not going to snipe. Dodged.
Very close.
Well, that was... Oh, and he dodges the heal, though, too. And Nefor's like, here's a heal. No, I don't want it. I'm going to run back to base. All right, so sure, he survives, but this tower, it's going to get decimated. Nothing that the Legion team can really do. You see Nefor trying to spam it out with his heal stun. Also, Torture is here with Agonizing Bonds at level 2.
Oh.
But what's that?
The other snipe attempt coming out.
Oh.
But
trying.
Fuzi took a really, really long route.
Smartly, because could have very likely died if not. But yeah, they get another tower kill. 12.5 thousand gold lead.
Insane.
It truly is. I think it's safe to say, again, Complexity is well on their way to a... to talk about a different expected finish to a series here. Again, this is a great series. Game number 2, especially myR Revenge, came back strong, and a lot of fun seeing that Warbeast being played by Storyfooter and just tearing everyone up and leading to this game 3. But Complexity making a strong statement right off the bat, and it is just taking off here. So we're now just over the 10-minute mark, but Complexity just keeping things together. And the good thing is as well, it's not like this is turning into just a farm passive game. I mean, they are just keeping the entertainment up at least, so that's good. And kills and whatnot. But
yep.
There's nothing positive really on the Legion side. I mean, you have Torture. He's got 1,000 gold save. He's going to finish Steam Boots right here. So there you go.
I wouldn't even be surprised if they end this game without a kill.
Yeah.
Like, I think this would be a perfect game for Complexity. And like I say all the I've said, and actually, what do you know? Congo responds the second it does. You have even a TP from Haxorn to come and assist to get this. Especially now when he has his Relentless Salvo maxed up to 4. It's going to do extra damage on the Congo. It's a great tool to have on top of the Hellfire from Moon Meander, which is basically there to stop Congo from attacking. But the response coming out from myR Revenge.
Yeah, Snoopy going to be dropped. Wrath of the Pharaoh completely whiffing right there. I'm not sure what Moon was actually going for, but it just doesn't matter. They get the kill in Nefor. Dodging the Stalagmites. Good job right there. And they just may go back to finish off Congo. Tempest doesn't have a portal key, so we won't be able to jump, though, although that would have been perfect place right there. In fact, Moraxis will jump in, though. Region Rune activated. Torture is going to fall. Luna or Philia falls. Polywalk being chased down. Double tap already coming out for Haxorn. He may get the hat trick right here. No, he will not, but Franzi gets the kill. And a near genocide basically coming out in favor of Complexity. Already, Moraxis jumping into Pebbles now with the portal key. There's a follow-up, and Pebbles will more than likely fall. Yes, he will. Mumieta gets credit for the kill. It's over.
It's over.
I think it's pretty obvious now.
GG, well over. Played. 11 minutes, no re.
Yeah. Jeez.
Now 16,000 gold lead at 11 minutes. This is absolutely insane. They're going to march back into Congo, and nothing can stop them at this point. Absolutely nothing can stop them. By the way, that was a pretty comical hook by Moon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, okay, not sure what that was, but hey, doesn't matter. No. Yeah, they're going to go back to Congo right here. This will be the second Congo kill, of course. Obviously, they're going to token alive. Does that even matter? Not really. Wow, actually, a sacrificial stone just purchased by Moon Meander, so
nice.
Kind of deciding that we never really see too much, but it is pretty powerful. Definitely a solid item to have.
I will say at least we've seen a kill a minute. Except they've only been on one side of this game, but still seen to kill a minute.
That we have. So we're now 12.5 minutes into this game. Speaking of that, 12-0 hero kill lead in favor of Complexity, and amongst everything else. So, myR Revenge. What's that?
Well, I guess other teams can pull from this is you basically have to check Congo every single time Pharaoh's in the game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even kidding. Like you're going to have to make this a routine every single time you're playing up against a Pharaoh, especially on the Hellborn. And I've seen even teams do it on Legion's side. You all port to that Tier 2 tower, rush up there in Congo. They never expect it because obviously you're Legion. It still can be done, but basically it's just the Pharaoh. I think Pharaoh's even better than Gauntlet. You think Gauntlet can kill using that passive onto Congo, but Pharaoh being able to stop his attacks completely every single time Hellfire's up is much more effective.
I agree with you. It seems like, again, it's obviously a very, very rare occasion, but when we do see it, it always seems to have Pharaoh. In fact, we see right here a big initiation coming in, Matrix. A nice heal stun coming out, but minimal damage happening from myR Revenge here. You see Archjacker on a field, they're going to be chased down. Torture going to get caught up. There's the explosion. A couple of kills happening as a result. GG well plays are already being called. Obviously, yeah, it's just it just snowballed way out of hand. We're only 13.5 minutes, but it can safely assume that at 15 minutes the concede vote will go out, and this will become official. So gonna have to wait for that, but as soon as that happens, it's gonna. We had to. Hey, you know, it's a legitimate strategy, and if you can, again, this is just a perfect example, really is, of what can happen if you do it. And I agree with you. I think really a team should make an idea of, okay, they have a Pharaoh, let's at least just check it, whether that's sending a minion there, whether that's just quickly, even sniping it out with a power, I mean, just something. Send somebody over there just to make sure.
Yeah.
Because it can be pretty bad for you if you let it happen.
I mean, it is still considered quite a cheesy strategy. Like,
yeah.
you could be like, okay, if they didn't think of Congo, this game would be completely different. Like, there's no arguing that. But still, you always have to check. And I think this game will be a reminder to those teams that you need to check, especially when you have key heroes on your team that can take it. What's so funny?
I don't know what they're trying to spell here.
I
think it's supposed to be a heart. So I don't know what this is. I have no clue what this is. Is that like a back? What are they trying to form? They're just purchasing a ton of myR totems. I love it.
What does this read?
Is that a heart? I think it is supposed to be.
I'm pretty sure that's a heart. Yeah.
So it's
a terrible heart.
It's pretty bad. You see Pharaoh constantly sniping in with the Tormental, so they can see for themselves.
I love All right, this is getting difficult. I cannot make out.
I have no clue what this is supposed to be. Look at Pharaoh.
What is that?
Oh boy. Anyways. Well, it is kind of amusing to do it at the same time. Honestly, we should just concede this, and because we have the other series. I was going to say that there is the good thing that it does come out of this is how we were talking about earlier, how the winners bracket finals may have had to be delayed a little bit because of this one taking a little bit too long. But with this game ending so quickly, what should be?
I think it's you. I think they're trying to spell your name.
I love you.
No, Breaky.
Oh.
I can kind of see a B. I think that looks like an R.
Thank you guys, if that's the case.
Takes down a Legion tower.
Okay, I guess I can kind of see where that's coming from. Yeah,
it's really hard to make it out,
yeah.
but oh wow!
Haxer and BM, look at Pharaoh jumping in. Oh jeez, so rude indeed. Oh, that's fun. All right, so that's the game right there. It is official. Complexity going to be moving on to they're in top 4 spot now, and they will be playing Q Squad here in actually their next series, which is set to happen here shortly after. So. myR Revenge, they finished 5th/6th place, so still nothing to be ashamed about there. Very, very good run for them, and hell, they took a game off Complexity. It looked very strong. So,
yeah.
But their road for second number 2 will end here. Again, Complexity moving on. So there you go. That's how that series finishes off.
Yeah.
Kind of a unique and fun finish, you could say, but
yep,
that's what happened. So.
Absolutely.
Anything else to add here, Trout, before we wrap things up?
Nope. We should probably just take a quick break as we do have TDM taking on Stay Green in the winners bracket finals. So that'll be up in just like a few minutes from now, even.
Yeah, so we are going to take a short break here. I'm not exactly sure how long, but we're going to get things figured out exactly where the teams are at and when they're going to be ready to go. And then we'll be keeping you guys updated here on the stream and Facebook and whatnot. And then we'll let you know about Stay Green versus Trademark Esports, the winners bracket finals. That is set to be coming up next year on HoNcast. So sit tight, guys. Short break coming up, and we'll be back with Stay Green versus Trademark Esports. Stay tuned.